pole, he's parking here. We do have no parking on existing poles, actually 3 of them right here. That's helped this area out, along with the police presence. Our problem that we still have is the vehicles that park here in the corner, 20 feet within the corner, as well as they come down here, and they park in the wrong direction. There's about 4 to 6 cars that continuously park, come down here, they park in the wrong direction. They come around here and park in the wrong direction. So once again, it creates a problem, especially during the winter time. The snow encroaches into the road, and narrows it. We've actually been called up for service, and the buses just got locked in, couldn't pull out. We've also had rubbish trucks come down here, it's full-time release. I had to back a truck all the way out here, rubbish truck. I had to go reverse, no way to turn around and drive over anything. So what we're proposing to rectify this, along with recommendations, is going to be, when this traffic lane comes in here, we're going to loop out just like they do. We want all the traffic from one way to go this way here. We're going to restrict entrance here from a short time frame, 7 to 9 a.m. and 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. That's only going to be restricted for an hour in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon. Okay, so we're proposing to do not enter. We won't have any conflicting traffic flow, traffic coming down here. Okay, so we're going to have also propose a sign here, no parking, it's going to stay clear to corner. Because people always park within that corner, be it 10 feet, 20 feet, still creates a problem for the buses. Also, we have one existing no parking sign here. On the Saraceno residence, there's a no parking sign, open driveway, fire hydrant, and then there's no parking sign here. They still park in this corner on this side, because no parking sign is from here up. What we're proposing is to eliminate this parking sign, allow parking on the sidewalk side. There is a sidewalk the length of this road. What's happening now is the parents are parking on this side and crossing over, and as this traffic flow is exiting, coming out, the parents that are retrieving the children are walking to the vehicle against traffic flow, put the kids in harm's way. If we allow parking on this side, on the sidewalk side, they can then pick their children up, follow the sidewalk, enter the vehicles without crossing the street. This is a problem there. Once again, the no parking that we're proposing here is only during the short time frames we have, an hour in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon. And the reason why we're doing that is because of the residents who live here. We don't want to have to restrict them all day long from coming and going in that road. So it's only an hour in the morning to go, for an hour in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon. If you had a return here, say these residents, there's an exception. The officer's not going to force that. They don't suggest them getting right into the line. Okay. In addition, we put an additional crossing guard at this corner right now. We've had a new crossing guard to help alleviate the parking issue as well as the kids crossing this corner. She just started last Monday. Right now, she's pretty much chasing cars out here once she's crossing kids. Okay, because there's nothing for her to enforce as far as there's no signs in place where the vehicles are parked and they find a way. So, along with work with Joe Beal's recommendations, Selectmen Beal's recommendation, along with town engineer Mike Sorrigan, this is what we're proposing to make this a nice even traffic plan so everybody goes in the same flow so we don't have any conflicting traffic when it's a pattern. And that's what we're recommending. I have documentation to go forward and vote that in tonight. By this time to do the proposal.
Yeah, Mr. Hardiker, I know that on occasion, it seems like at the start of school year, the time that school starts at different schools, it changes. So if we put up signs with fixed period of time, means that annually we'll be potentially changing the signs, or how does that work?
Well, there's a possibility. I remember when we moved to Stony 2 years, because where it was, it actually was late, so we're getting really late. I don't know station.
Podium.
Podium my way. That's right.
Wayne Hardy, the school department. I don't have all the answers. As far as the timing, it may have to be changed. But if we had like, it says 7 to 9 and what's it, 2:30?
It's in a wide range.
Yeah.
I think if we had like 2 signs, if we had one and then we could change it to the next one, and then we could move it back. I think maybe 2 signs would cover it year round. If the elementary school became the early school, or what they call the late school. You know, it has to do with the high school, middle school, and the pickup time between the other 3 elementaries.
Do the schools change their time? I don't have kids in school anymore. They've long gone. Do they change the time during the year?
No.
Or is it
No.
set for a whole year? Set for a whole year.
Except for a year, yeah.
Chairman, it's set for 2 years, actually. It works on a
guess, is the 2-hour window enough to cover the variance in the?
That'll work.
Could we add half an hour to the sign, so we never have to change the sign? Maybe to 7 to 9:30, and then you never have to change the sign?
Well, if I may, Mr. Chair, you probably would never have to change that sign, because I don't really think they'd ever start the little school at 9:25. You know what I mean? They may start them early. If they're a late school this year at 8:55, they're probably gonna be 8:30 in 2 years, so I think that sign would cover it.
And generally, the traffic, it's if they got 3, traffic's over 3. It's when they get there early. That's our problem, is getting there early. So usually, the timeframe after the fact, you know, the 3 o'clock school or 9 o'clock school, their traffic time. This is the same schematic we showed to the area residents.
Okay.
The only concern at that time was allowing the parking over on the curb side, the sidewalk side. And their concern was the vehicles might encroach onto the front lawns or the walkway area. And that being said, Mike Sorgan is looking into berm curving as well as grading curving to ensure the vehicles stay in the roadway and stop going on towards people's property.
We've also had complaints about them parking in front of driveways.
Exactly. And that'll be, with the traffic division, besides the Rome, we'll get into the enforcement aspects. Once we get trained into the new year, of how everybody's expected to behave. There's only an issue of 6 to 10 cars that really create the problem down there. 80 to 100 cars that come in here, loop out here, don't have a problem. It's only 6 to 10 cars that create a problem here.
Now, explain to me, there's a parking area that they're allowed to drive into and out of?
This area right here?
Yes, right.
Yes, right now, Mr. Lassie was the first one to incorporate a morning drop-off, a moving line. He incorporated a while ago. If the funds were available,